breakfast, then lunch, then dinner, all with leftovers, except for maybe condiments and small additions. But starting with breakfast. So this is food. Right here I have leftover quesadillas. They're delicious, but they're a bit sloppy because they've been in the fridge for a few days. I also have a box of rotis here. Both of these are not standard breakfast foods, but they can be breakfast foods because you eat them in the morning when breakfast is. Unfortunately, most of the meals are going to be a bit carb heavy, so generally I supplement it with fruit or occasionally vegetables. Even I'll call these mashed potatoes vegetables, even though vegetables, even though it's just starch, even more dense starch because it's in a mashed form. You're then gonna grab a fork for quesadillas. You're gonna get 2 forks because they've coalesced into one quesadilla. A singular quesadilla mass that needs some harvesting and picking to pick apart. So I'm going to take my fork again, pick out a few rotis to just kind of add some stuff. Actually, I'm going to do like a half or maybe a small roti, a little dwarf roti. Pop the lid back on there. Microwaving is optional, so don't do it. Breakfast is done. And these can go back in the fridge so they don't rot. Then you can double dip. Alright, we've done breakfast. Next meal is dinner because order doesn't matter that much. It's all gonna be eaten tomorrow. I might even swap it around a bit. We're making dinner now. Speaking of sandwiches, we're gonna do pulled pork. Now, just like how the meals are interchangeable, like the differences don't matter, right? You can have pancakes at dinner, you can have turkey, like a turkey Thanksgiving dinner at breakfast. It doesn't matter, it's all food going into your body so you can move. Bread, a lot of the foods are interchangeable too. So here I have waffles, but I'm making a sandwich out of them. Why? Because it's a type of bread, and a flat piece, like you make a sandwich out of. Same goes for pancakes and regular bread or French toast. Only different, like pretty much if it's baked and flat, it can be used for a sandwich. If it's pasta-like, then it's a pasta. That includes rice. Rice is not a pasta, but it is a pasta because you can add pasta sauce to it and it'll still be fine. We're not doing that yet though because we're making a sandwich with waffle and this is called pulled pork. Now, that being said, not all carb-like items that are flat and carb-like can be used for sandwich stuff, or they all can be, but there's nuance. For instance, this pulled pork, if I microwave, it's gonna have a lot of juice. For that reason, I wouldn't use a pancake or French toast because A, they won't soak up the juices, and B, they'll just create a lot of runoff. These waffles right here, they're soft, and they've got pockets, making them a waffle. So they will both absorb the juices and hold the juices so that they stay there. Pulled pork sandwich with some extra pork on the side that is also pulled. That's part of it because you'll notice that it's kind of small. So we're going to supplement that. We'll see what we supplement it with. These taters are not mashed, but they are browned and hashed. So again, this isn't the best greens. Actually, I might grab the others that I saw in there, but they're still better than this monstrosity of pure goat juice. You'll notice that the meals I've made are kind of bland. Like this is all brown. This is ranging from brown to white, which I guess is, well, not progress because I did this one first, but it's variety. But we're gonna get a whole lot more varietous with our food. I've committed a sin, I forgot to put this away. We got some green beans in there, some carrots, some white beans. I don't know what those are. They are white beans, but I don't know if they have a name. Anyway, we're gonna kind of dose on this a bit because remember the breakfast that we had, it was pretty dense, and so we're gonna add a lot of stuff, even though it's less dense. So it'll be about the same density, just not feel so bad with our tum-tum. That's dinner. Alright, last plate we did breakfast, then dinner, because order doesn't matter, but we only have one option left, which is lunch for the midday meal. I had a sudden jolt of inspiration I actually was not expecting. I'm inspecting it now to see if it's a good idea, but I was not expecting any kind of ideas. Anyway, for lunch, after making dinner, we're broadening our bread and meat horizons a bit, and also mix up the meals a bit. We served these croissants for breakfast this morning. These are breakfast croissants. We're using them for lunch. I'm gonna see if I can cut them down the middle, and then also using, my God, that's atrocious. It doesn't have to be beautiful, it just has to be edible. Using inspiration, we take a breakfast sausage, but now it has become a hot dog because it's enclosed in carbohydrates and a vaguely hot dog shaped thing. So I'm gonna add some condiments to that. So like I said, not everything is left over. I have some condiments here. They're in pieces of plastic. Like the good Americans, I actually grabbed 2 relishes because it was dark back there. And also try not to overload it a bit too much because this is A, the first time that I've tried this, and B, a bad idea. And adding mayo is making the idea worse. It was a bad idea in concept, but even the application of this idea is going downhill. Finger licking bad. Doesn't have to taste good, just has to be edible. Really, this lunch is all just breakfast food put in a more lunchy type form, but I don't even care about that. I was just being innovative. And we're gonna add some eggs, because eggs are nice. And one last surprise for you guys. Maybe 2 or 3 more, but at least one more surprise. Reintroducing our old friend, the quesadillas. Yes, that's right, we are eating the same thing twice in a day. It's not like we don't drink the same thing twice a day. Like some people, my boss has an insane number of coffees a day, and yet he scoffs at me when I eat the same thing twice a day. Completely hypocritical. It's mean, to be honest. Hurts my feelings. Anyway, we're adding quesadillas again because they taste good, even though they're a coalesced quesadilla, singular quesadilla. That looks good. So let's call that dinner. So we're having quesadillas twice in a day. Actually, no. We're not doing that. We're having quesadillas 3 times a day at dinner as well. Do you know why? Neither do I. But why not? I guess that's the overall lesson of this. Why not? Okay? Why not have breakfast food at lunch? Why not have your croissants be a hot dog bun? Why not make your boss angry by having quesadillas 3 times a day? Did I mess up? I absolutely did. I added a quesadilla to one that already had quesadillas. Adding more quesadilla to the one with quesadillas. You know why? Because it's late. Now we have the unholy trinity of 3 meals in one day with quesadillas. Half of this tub, which is quite frankly too much. Why? Why not? There we go. Can't remember the order. I think this was dinner, this was lunch, and this was breakfast. Bosnian feet. This is also how I regularly eat, by the way. Like obviously this is a bit showmanship, but I'll eat leftovers every meal. Sometimes have the same thing three times in a row. Use waffles as buns. There is a reason, but you don't get to know it.